Here we are again, back here at Concrete Motorsports after the Baja 400. Truck after the Baja 400 looked really good. We had zero issues with the truck itself. I did not have four-wheel drive at the 500, so this is my first race with all-wheel drive, and it's just, I got some things to learn. I need to figure out how to enter corners and check up for the corners and drive out of them rather than coming in late braking and sliding it like I'm used to. So learning curve, it was really good getting the 400 solid miles in. Next week I'll put some more miles in it and just try to apply some of the stuff I learned that I was doing wrong at the 400 and go from there. It came down to I was going to do the whole 400 in the Mason all-wheel drive truck, the number 70. We had Jesse Jones in our Herbst truck, number 71. His goal was to make sure we got a decent spot for the 1,000 if anything happened to us. So
the Baja 1000 starting position is determined by the finishing position at the 400. And to hedge their bet, they called me and asked if I would drive one of their two-wheel drive trucks. Our game plan was just to drive around and make sure we stayed consistent and didn't do anything stupid and get the truck to the finish line.
Qualifying, first time in the four-wheel drive, my mindset was win. I wanted to go out there and see what I could do against the best of the best. So went out there and I was trying to tell myself that this course, the aggressiveness didn't work last year. Had a good run, one of the downhill 180s. I late braked, so I overshot that corner. And then a little frustrated, overshot another corner onto the trees. Ended up coming out fifth. In the big scheme of things, fifth for race day was a very good spot to start.
Yeah, qualifying did not go. The first half was good, honestly. A nice conservative pace. We were just looking to try to get in the top 15, and I knocked a tire off halfway through it and had to finish the lap up with a dead one in the back.
We asked Toby not to embarrass us. Told me he was just driving mad because he made a mistake. It looked about like a 9 to 10 second little turnaround, and then goes out there and puts a whooping on everyone by over a second, I still believe. The dude is one of the very, very talented people in the world, and I said, we asked him not to embarrass us. Then he goes out there, does a donut joyride, and still beats everybody. The dude is just, he's crazy. He's on another level. Ready to go head over staging for the Baja 400. See what we can make happen today and get some good results. Gonna have this little Otis Spunkmeyer blueberry muffin.
Was that the secret?
I'll let you know tonight.
What's this new jump I heard about?
There's a really big jump, about mile 20. Nice downhill, very big lip, not much of a landing. I may or may not have actually hit it very fast in pre-running.
We tested the new jump. I think we've got definitely the limits found on the new jump, so I'm gonna ask for a little less excitement today.
I had a game plan to try to stick with Luke. Dude obviously knows how to win races, so game plan was I told the crew to give me splits on Luke every time they could. Hopefully stay within the minute on him and not get ran up on by Bryce. The course was super tight and technical and dusty, so if we all bunched up, odds of doing good in the end are pretty good.
It's awesome, you know. It's been 7 years since I've raced down there. To see everybody and to see the race course lined with people and the amount of just enthusiasm the fans of Mexico have is amazing.
Well, James went huge on that thing in the race, dubbed that the new Diener jump. We popped the nose up a little bit and I didn't go full Dean. We had 400 miles to go and I was wanted to make sure I got it to the end. So a little check up, little wheelie pop over, and that's about it.
Honestly, I was given 100%, but I think only like a 75% pace. So, man, trophy truck racing has changed. The pace that these guys are going is, it's certainly changed since the last time I've gotten to drive a truck.
Coming down one of the left cuts at like mile 22 or 23, and Brent called rain rut. First gear, both feet on the brakes, trying to check up for it, and caught the rain rut with the right front. Ripped the wheel out of my hand and bent the sector shaft. Sector shaft in these Mason all-wheel drive trucks is the bottom of the steering box, determines your angle of steering. You bend it, your steering wheel gets cocked. Mine was about like that all day, and therefore only giving you about 30% left-hand steering. Turns full to the right, but not the left, so I'm flipping out because I made such a big mistake so early, and Brent's calming me down.
More of a hiccup for Harley, being that his paddles are now top and bottom rather than side to side.
I've never felt that before. I've heard about it happening. I thought I broke a tie rod or something. The truck was just all loose and all over the place. Ended up getting on a graded road, figuring out the steering was fine, and kept cruising along, didn't lose any positions, just time. Let go of the wheel and the truck's tracking straight down the road. Had the guys look on the road and they said everything looks straight. So, all right. Just had to drive like that, and our truck's paddle shifts, so that means the shifters are stuck like this. So I don't have the spline steering where I can move it back. We have the wireless, and so I was driving like that. Getting right before about kilometer 77, we started seeing a little more dust than normal. Yeah, there's no way I'm catching Luke through this. Like, we were trying to figure it out, driving, and I'm just trying to get my head back in the game, and then we get on the highway and Luke's pulled over changing the tire, like right in his pitch, so we got Luke, and it was just like, oh man, all right, we just gotta keep cruising,
I think it was mile 60 or so. I got a little frustrated in the car in front of us, and so we pushed up through the dust, and I got into the back of him, tore the hood up. As I was hitting him, and when watching the hood get destroyed, I thought, oh, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. This is not your job. So we got by him, and then that was the only contact that we had with anything the rest of the day. Yeah, for sure, don't go out and jeopardize our finishing position, because the job was to get the car across the finish line 100% for sure.
About race mile 75, there's a left-hander hard 180. There's a pretty decent rock on the left and a Volkswagen-sized rock on the right. And you gotta go left and dogleg through it. With my steering situation, I couldn't make the left. So we stopped, go to throw it in reverse. We had no reverse.
That's when we realized what kind of trouble we were in. No reverse. We can't turn left other than probably 40–50%.
At this point, I'm blocking the course. Luke and Bryce are coming.
Drago here turned into a King of the Hammers rock crawler.
I put it in first and I bumped the rock, and it kind of kicks the car back a little bit. So I just bump it again, it gets it far enough back, and I crank it as hard as I can, put the whole left side up on this rock, and we got around it. Got a time split that we were still doing decent with Luke behind us. So I was super excited because I thought I was driving too slow, and I don't really got the pace of the four-wheel drive figured out. So I'm whining the truck that my pace is too slow. Brent's telling me we're doing fine. time says we're doing fine. And then, well, 90, 92 coming down, and it's pretty grooved up, and there's a hard right, or not even a hard right, it's a flowy right. I missed it. And there's a humongous ravine rain washout, and the truck just goes and just lays on the side. Like, luckily for me, a bunch of people started running up, so I was like, okay, we're not really in the middle of nowhere, but chances of winning the race are over, so let's just get it over, get refocused, and get to the finish. And then all of a sudden this white truck comes flying through the trees, grabbed a strap, they flipped us over, got going again. I think we pulled out right behind Rossler, trying to do the math where he started, and like, all right, we're still up in the trucks. The hunt's out of the question because we started 5th on time, so time we couldn't do nothing. But at that point after I tipped it, the name of the game was starting position for the Baja 1000 and getting to the finish clean. I could turn right all day long. If it was a right-hand course, we were dialed. Actually, I think it turned further right this time because I had so much right steering. I'm pretty hard on myself for my mistakes, costing us what could have potentially been the win. End of the day, when we get back, we always got to take the positives. We ended up coming in 11th, which with a couple guys dropping out would give us a top 10 start for the 1,000, so that's a positive.
Didn't really see anything wild out there. I know that there were some crashes and things, but honestly, we never even saw them. We were just kind of driving along at in our own little world all day long, and really didn't notice anything.
Jesse had a pretty good run. I think he, from the looks of the hood, he had a couple issues with some people in front of him and lost some time helping someone get unstuck off a rock in a bottleneck, but he ended up coming in 12th. So
it was nice to be back in Baja and just, you know, getting to race through all the spots that we've raced for the last 20 years.
The 70 truck made it to the finish line, no issues with that, and Jesse in the 71 made it to the finish line, no issues there. So end of the day, the Baja 400 was a huge success for us as a team and a truck, but we just want that #1 spot like always. Yeah.